Yeah, I'm back with the coffee, and I want to show you something now, because here we had this div with Pokemon list, and I would like you to remove it. What we will do now is we will write our first render condition. Okay? To do so, I will correctly close my render. As you can see, it was still open. I don't need the console logs now. And what I want to do is, I want a certain render condition. I want to render different cases. So if, and I will check in my app, my property name or my props name is Pokemon result. So I want to check if this.props.Pokemon result.length is larger than 0. And if it's larger than 0, I want to return something with feedback for the user that the list is loaded. List is loaded and ready. Let's say for this. And if this is not the case, I want to return, I'd like to return an empty div in this cases, but for our purposes, I will write a dot there, okay? So let's check it in the browser. Where's my browser? Hello. So what we have here now is that we are, just a moment, so that we don't have, we have a length of null. What I should do is I should probably log this props. So we can see it here from the component, okay? So what we see is the Pokemon result is an array with the length of null. So if I'm going to search for the type now, the props are filled with Pokemons now. So on the re-render, React works. It's not working. It's running through the code, compiling it, and on this if it decides, hey, wow, my list is longer than 0, so there's a different return. These are called, I don't know the correct name, but I consider it as render decisions. You can do render decisions in your render method, and the way to do is you can do it in one return. You can write a return, and then you can blah 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 conditional rendering and stuff. I will show it. I will show you of the both techniques. I prefer this one because with this technique, what I do is inside my render method, I have my logic, my render logic, and inside my render logic, I will have a return, and this return is an JSX element, and it is returned for the render condition I have. Let's say later, if your application grows and grows, you will have way more render conditions, and so you will have like this big if, else, then nested if tree. And this is one way to do it. There is another way to do it. I hope I can do it from, it's like that you do something like return. Let me think about it. So you write return, and then you go for this. It's called conditional rendering. Let's check it in the docs. React conditional rendering. I'm pretty sure about the syntax. It's like bracket and the end sign, conditional rendering, that is. Yeah, here is the way we were going now, here. But there is another approach, and I want to show you. Here's the inline if. Exactly, this is what I meant. So what you can do is you actually return anything, and then you check for the condition, and then you do this. Then you return it. So we can do it in this syntax. Let's say it should be like, is there a curly braces around it? Yeah, it is. So it should be like this dot props dot, what was Poke result? I'm going to check for this. Yeah, Pokemon result. This dot props dot Pokemon result dot length. It's the same question I'm asking. It's bigger than 0. Then this is the conditional. And we need to provide some JSX here. Am I doing this right? I'm not sure. Let me check. Okay, sorry. This no, it's not working as intended. This dot length. Why is it not working? It should work. I worked with it already. I know that it is working this way. Let's check the syntax again. Is there something I'm missing? Yeah, sure. We need to wrap it inside an element. So outside here, we need a closing div. This is the thing. You need something at least to return in, and then you can ask this question, and then you can say, "Hello, the list is loaded." It should work like this. I'm going to provide this because I think it's more readable. So let's check it in the browser. There's nothing now because we do not fulfill our requirement. Yeah, I could change this requirement. I will do it now. If it's hello, the list is loaded, but this is not true because I simply altered this. So what I really want to achieve is, I see nothing now, but if I press my button and make my Ajax request, hello, the list is loaded. So now the list is loaded. We are pretty sure that the content is there. So yeah, it's your choice what you use. I think it's easier and better to use the other one. So let's write it together again, a little bit slower this time. So if this dot props dot Pokemon result dot length is larger than 0, then we want to return a div, or better an UL. Let's be correct in the markup. And yeah, I will provide only one li for now to say hello, list is there. And you can write an if else, but the compiler is doing the following. He checks for this condition, and if it's false, there's nothing to do for him, so he can go to this return, and this return we have a div here, and in this div we have our dot dot dot, or let's say loading. Okay, so let's check it. So we have loading now. It's not true because it is not loading, but this is a problem for later. And then we have this list is there. Okay,